Alright guys, BLM here back with more Horizon. When did I last record? I don't even remember anymore. It was last night, right? I haven't recorded anything this morning? So yeah, we're back. What are we doing? Oh, we just got to the new part of the open world. But yeah, I think what we're gonna do, I think we're gonna do this ruin first. Maybe try to do this. Like, I essentially want to do like all the not like mundane side stuff here. Like, I'll do anything that is an actual mission, but I'm not gonna bother doing like just the question marks and stuff for now. Now can I not go there? Fuck off. Go here? I guess so. Yeah, it's next night. I spend a lot of the day recording and editing. I'll record a bit here. I don't have anything going on tomorrow morning, so probably play more of this. I am going to be streaming tomorrow night. Thursday I'm going to have to spend recording stuff in the morning, so really after tomorrow morning's morning/afternoon recording session, I'm probably not going to be able to play anymore until Thursday night, probably. But still, let's go. So we're doing this ruin.
An old world ruin. Might be the one that Utaru and Plainsong told me about. Let's see if there's anything useful inside.
Is that Weald? Weald? I don't even know what that word is, actually.
What's in here? Interesting. This would help.
Actually, you know what? I haven't been doing this in the Horizon streams, but because this one's going to be a mostly just side content one, I think I'm going to listen to podcasts.
As of right now, I would say still no real indication that Todrick would intend to cut Misha for Cynthia. I do think he still plans to take Misha to the final two if he were to win it, which means that basically Cynthia would need to win it if we don't want to see a Misha win. Cynthia would likely at this point take Todrick, which means she would win the game if she were to win that competition. What a win that would be.
Right. That would be wild.
I mean, that would be perhaps the most, like, gold standard example of, you know, anyone can win this game.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Or, like, win a competition when it's most crucial for you. Like, right. The exact end of the game. Yeah. I mean, I can't say I would be really happy if that happened, just because I feel like, as much as I like Cynthia, I just feel like she hasn't done anything, and if anything, she's done a lot of harm for her own game, and it really is a situation where it's like someone who doesn't deserve it, quote unquote, like, winning. Whereas, like, if Todrick wins, like, it's like, I won't be happy because I don't love the idea of Todrick winning in the way that he, you know, behaved. Well, yes, but I'm just giving examples. But however, he did, like, play a good game in terms of, like, in the house style of game, not necessarily
getting
like
there.
free style of game. Yeah, like getting there, he did that well, or he did it.
Russell hints a little.
Yeah, and then if Misha wins, like, I guess I probably would be most okay with the Misha win, just because I do think that she played really well. I mean, like, she should have been out long ago. It should have been, like, first boot. But she was able to really just, like, beast her way to the end. And not only that, it wasn't just like, oh, she has to win competitions in order to stay. People just, like, weren't gonna get her out. I feel like she did a good job strategically as well. And then I think in terms of palatability, I guess, I think I would be happier with a Misha win than a Todrick win. So at this point, that's probably where I'm I'm hoping this goes. But I certainly think a Cynthia win would be interesting. Right.
Let's talk about what is professional today. We can flip the script by getting
Professional does not have
shit.
Does not have like.
Right. I think the fact that Taryn was able to describe the past 3 evictions in pretty much less than a minute and a half.
fuck off.
Shows a lot about what we're working with here. But yeah, given what we've heard, given what we've seen, I'm totally content with a Cynthia or Misha win, since that's what we're definitely getting at this point. I think the only thing that's worth looking forward to is the reality setting in on Todrick about how his actions resulted in him losing, whether that's against Cynthia, whether that's against Misha. So I think that there is a 0 chance that Todrick wins in any scenario, and that's the only thing that's kind of like, well, okay, I think the finale might be enjoyable to watch, because we know that is the case, and you can't knock Misha's wins. I mean, she did, like, winning the week 1 HOH and then being the beast that she is competitively. I mean, we have to give her props for getting to the end, especially she didn't have to, like, beat down people to get there. And then Cynthia, what an underdog story. The fact that she could be decent enough to people that people be willing to vote for her, and the fact that she just single-handedly ripped her game apart by just falling into Todrick's traps. You know, okay, I would be okay with her winning, and she didn't play a great game by any means, but it's just like, at least I like her as a person. So, you know, that's kind of like, I guess that's where I'm at with these 3.
Well, I did ask the audience a couple of questions in line with this. So I'm curious to see to lock down some answers from the 2 of you. First of all, as a jury member of Celebrity Big Brother 3, who will you be casting your vote for? In order of your top preference to your
do you shit down?
Probably the same answer as who you would like to see win. But what would you say, Asia? Who's your top pick? Who are you voting for?
Is this we're having to guess what the audience did, or we are saying our own answers? Okay. I would say, only because of Carson's HOH week, that gives Misha the edge over Cynthia for me. If literally Carson wouldn't have believed them if it weren't for Cynthia. She really disappointed me that week because she was basing it on nothing. So I would say Misha number 1, Cynthia number 2, and Todrick number 3. Yeah, I would agree with that because, you know, it just like, in thinking of the way that I would want to vote, I would want to vote for the best game player, but I'd also want to vote for somebody who represents our season well, because that's going to be a person that you think about when it comes, like, when that your season gets brought up. So, like, I would want someone to represent us well, and I think that I don't, as well as I think Todrick played, I don't think he would be a good representative for, like, me if I was on that season. So I probably would do exactly that, vote for Misha, and then Cynthia, and then Todrick.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think you really have to put a gun to my head to make it. I do have Misha in the draft, so like, you know, there's that. If I was trying to search for a reason beyond that, like, I think that we need, like, the physical threats who are winning a ton of competitions, like, they need to keep winning so that somebody eventually realizes, oh, maybe we should change this. Either competition's more, or you know, or we need to be targeting these players from the get-go. If Misha, you know, loses and Cynthia wins, then you know, I think you
We're supposed to know the year.
You know, the next season, if anybody watched this season, without that sort of like imperative that, like, you got to get these players out. The Mishas, the Xaviers, the Codys, the Jacksons, the KCs, like, it doesn't stop. You need to get these players out, and I feel like that message needs to continue to be hammered home.
Yeah, it's like the one chance they had was, I mean, we can only name 2 HOHs. I know it's such a short season, but Carson's HOH and Todd's HOH. And because of what Todrick did, Misha wasn't in danger. So that's what it's, I don't know. It's tough because it's like...
Did she win the veto toss?
I guess we are giving Misha the credit, the appropriate credit that's due. It's not like she was this great strategist. She just was a comp beast, and they couldn't stop her.
If I were to look at Misha as a player as a whole, and not just this week, which we will be doing soon, I think the benefits to Misha are that she's good at competitions. At the same time, like, she is a top level professional athlete who is still
right. In her prime.
Going up against one of the oldest average age casts ever. The competition is not exactly like top level here, but she's good at the competitions comparatively. She was able to make a couple of key individual bonds with Todrick, and Chris Kirkpatrick, and even to some degree with Lamar at some point in the game. And those 2 things have really been her strengths.
No, how do I fill this out?
Her plans were a little shaky. Socially, she was not great. She relied a lot on Todrick for the strategy and the sort of social gathering of people to her and that sort of thing. But she does have a couple of things to her credit. Cynthia, on the other hand, is kind of just like the positives to Cynthia's game is what she talked about, like her superpowers, that she's just such a non-threat, and not on purpose, just kind of like that's just she's just
that's it, yeah.
Wasn't worth taking out.
Right.
Will work for one person, but
right.
not everyone.
Exactly. Like, clearly that wasn't enough for Lamar.
Yeah, luckily for her, there wasn't somebody even worse at competitions. If there was, then she'd be out right now,
Right. So, yeah, it's the only thing I can think of, which I guess someone pointed out in the chat, is that, well, we will definitely have our third winner that is a woman in Celebrity Big Brother. So that's unique.
That's interesting, yeah.
No male winners for Celebrity Big Brother.
Interesting.
And if Todrick is in the final 2, which it seems like he's locked in at this point,
it's gonna be all against
then
a guy.
it will be 3 in a row of a man losing.
Yeah. Then it's going to be a curse. They're like, we have to get the women out. See what happens every season.
We know.
So I asked the audience. Audience, you are a juror. Who are
How do
you
I find out
going
how
to
old
vote
this
for,
is?
as a juror? I don't care about this whole in the event of it. It's a vote. A vote's a vote.
Should I just look it
the
up?
audience
Because I
agreed
don't
with,
really
with,
care.
with all 3 of us, really. They said Misha number 1, Cynthia number 2, Todrick number 3, and that coincides as well with who do you want to win the game. 53% of the audience said Misha.
1923?
Okay. Said Cynthia. So it's actually pretty close. It's not like a runaway here. It's nearly 50-50 with 0.81% saying Todrick.
Right. Like, I think at this point is if it is a situation where Cynthia versus Misha in some odd scenario, right? Then if Cynthia does win, I think it's a matter of guilty by association. Like, they can't separate the 2, and so when they think negatively of Todrick, they're like, well, Misha, they were a duo, dynamic duo the whole time. He was the one she was talking to all this time. So.
Well, I also asked the audience, who do you think will win? And the results are dramatically different. 97.6% said Misha.
Where's her now?
That's
One-
crazy.
1.9% said Cynthia. And yet another 0.4% said Todrick. So.
Who are these people trolling? 'Cause
I wonder if you asked this question like halfway through the season, if Misha still would have been winning. Like, I think that if you had asked halfway through the season, we probably would have said, yeah, Misha's probably the winner. Like, it's crazy.
We rated her highest last week by a large margin. She was the only person to get a 5 or above, and she was the next closest person was a 4. And that was Todrick, who we knew wasn't winning at that point. It was just like you got bonus points for pulling off that whole Carson and Cynthia move. And this not to spoil the results of the stock watch this week, but I expect Misha is going to be the best buy again for the second week in a row. And then if she goes on to win the game, then she will have always buy Misha, and you would have won the stock.
That's
History
crazy.
into what would happen.
there are people that did that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Probably. We'll find out. We can also talk. Melissa, you said you talked about America's favorite player. I'm curious about this one because I do think that I feel like the casuals are going to be more on the side of Lamar. I feel like he's been more present in the episodes. I think that Shayna has been kind of absent from the episodes for a good over a week, and even when she was there, like I don't know that she popped in the episodes as much as she did like on the feeds and for the online fans. Where like in the episodes, the stars were kind of like Lamar and Catan, and like the people who are like really being goofy and making good, funny content.
Okay.
But so I was curious to see what our audience thought,
Is there a top 3?
there is a top 3. Do you want to guess the top 3?
Yeah, I think it's Lamar, Shayna, Chris
Okay.
Kattan.
One of these
No. Well, Catan
hold on,
is
hold
not
on.
eligible.
Even for America's favorite player?
Yeah, he was not on the list as far as I was.
I've just been texting Lamar, so I had no idea who was
I
running.
thought you were gonna say I'm texting Catan. I was just texting Catan the whole time. I didn't realize.
So a third one after that.
Let's go there, I guess.
Or are they the top 2, Lamar and Shayna?
Yes. Shayna and
Look at the lawnmower
Lamar.
before
I think
I
it's
head out.
definitely between the
See what
two.
else I can find.
Yeah.
I just texted my
Carson,
mom.
I guess.
Yeah, I just texted my mom to see who she and my dad would want to vote for. But I think part of the thing is that like they are casual fans, and they're certainly not pulling out their phones and voting for somebody. So like that's like the one thing is I would say is like even if the casuals are like no we love Carson or whatever, it's like I don't know how many of them are going to be that dedicated to pull their phone out every day. Maybe they'll pull it out whenever they see a reminder on the episode, but like even then, maybe not.
My name is Avina.
So that's the one thing as I would say is like I do think that like the online community probably has more investment in actually voting, and the fact that it does appear that like for the most part Reddit and Twitter are united to vote for Shayna. I would think that probably has some sort of influence over it, and I certainly am using my 2 phones to vote for Shayna, so that's all I'll say about that one, but I'll let you know when my mom texts me back.
Yeah, well, I said last week that I felt like Lamar would pull it out. I feel this week, given the course of the week and how fervent the online community has been that I've seen for Shayna, I actually feel like I do think Shayna's going to pull this one out. I just don't know that as you said, I don't know that the casual audience is going to be engaged enough and focused enough. And I don't think I was expecting more of the online community to sort of like be like, Lamar's cool too, though. But maybe I should have realized like it's not really usually like it's kind of like no, how dare you? How dare you say Lamar? Don't you split our votes. People are very, they're locked in here. So I think Shayna might take it.
I mean, honestly, why was the number so
Maybe it's your
confusing?
hunting
I felt like it
They are.
was hard to text. It was like 2-1.
Try a challenge,
What is
and we'll
this?
see if
And
you
second
live
of all,
up
we
to
do
your
have to take
reputation.
into consideration fan base. So, with Lamar putting on his Instagram, do this. Someone, Cam in the chat pointed out, Lamar has 811,000 Instagram followers. Shayna has 350,000. So it could make a difference if people are just like, hey, I just want to support Lamar. I don't even know what the show is.
It might have been too late though, right? Like he missed a few days.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So-
He was in the house still. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess the audience here for this podcast.
I don't know if I really care enough to
that
do it, to be
they
honest.
are voting for
I might do that, though.
Shayna. 77%.
Whoa.
Only 11% said Lamar. So it's pretty united here. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on there with all of that.
What I'm curious to know? I was thinking about this the other day. So is there any sort of pattern for our drafts for someone picking America's favorite house guest? Like, I'm wondering if, like, we went back and looked at all of our drafts, if you consistently pick America's favorite, or, like, I consistently
Shayna
pick it.
in this
Me.
draft. You
And I
did.
do feel like I've had America's favorite,
Well, I know
like,
Rob had
fairly
to.
often, but, yeah, I mean, that I don't think I always have it, no way, but I'm wondering if, like, there is some sort of, like, pattern of somebody constantly picking America's favorite or something.
Who had Kiefer? Does Canada's favorite house guest count?
We can see. Maybe it ups under the data points, but yeah, no, I was wondering about that because I couldn't.
Dave Vaughn. Who had Dave Vaughn?
Davon.
I don't remember.
I didn't.
Did Amon draft with us for Dave Vaughn? I don't know.
I feel like though, like I don't feel like I pick America's favorite, but I do feel like I consistently pick somebody that everyone thinks they're gonna hate and then ends up loving.
I feel like I'm pretty good at picking winners that people don't like.
I would say that's pretty. Yeah, that happens.
I
pretty
think
regularly.
most of my draft wins have been
And like people being mad about it.
just to add to, because especially when it was like I was the only person that had ever won, and it was just over and over, and I was just really rubbing it in. And in addition to that, it was like people that didn't want to win.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, are you serious? Yeah. Yeah, I remember, I still feel, like, pride about, like, Trees and, like, picking him when everyone was like, oh, no, he's, like, a pro guy. And then I was like, I see something. I see it. And by the end, everyone loves him, so, I feel like there's a few like that for me. Shayna as well, I think.
Yeah.
People were not interested in her.
I knew I was going to like her because I remember her from back in the day, Shayna. I was like, oh, she's going to be good TV.
Yeah.
It's just that we didn't get to see that side of her on this
Right.
season. That's why I'm rooting more for Lamar to get America's favorite player. Because I know Shayna was done wrong. She was done dirty. But Lamar was so entertaining.
Was she
and I
done
feel
wrong?
like this was the boost he needed, because my perception of him changed by watching the season. I'm like, he's a great guy.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. My perception of him definitely changed. Yeah, I think that I would not be mad
I
if
guess
he's
we'll
one of
just
America's
go into
favorite. No way.
the-
I really like him a lot after this. I do think though that like from my perspective, I want to reward Shayna for like actually like playing. Like I feel like as nice as Lamar is, and like
That's
as
still on
entertaining
hold.
in terms of like the silly moments he had, and like the
So do we really have
heart-wrenching
nothing? Oh, we
moments
know
he
this.
had, that stuff's entertaining.
That's also
obviously,
a Rebel
but
camp.
I do feel like Shayna brought like the
Oh, wait, that
fire
was a
to the
Rebel
game, and she
camp.
actually,
That's
like,
Rebel
had a desire to
outpost?
play,
What the
whereas
fuck's the
Lamar
difference?
didn't really. So I feel like
Whatever.
it feels wrong for me at least to like kind of reward someone who like didn't really care. When someone who like really cared got out in such a like a bad way. So yeah, that would be why I'm voting for Shayna.
I think that's fair too. It's again, it's like it's all about like what do you want to sort of encourage in the future as well. Do you want people to come on the show and be like, I'm going to be the next Lamar, I'm going to be a big personality, I'm going to like be goofy, or do you want somebody to come on and be like I'm playing hard, like I'm here to strike big and use the veto on an HOH reigns that is against their will. Even though it's terrible for my game.
Gauntlet run. What's that?
So what are you gonna do? I asked the audience to rate the episodes this season.
Maybe if I follow their tracks.
They started at a 6.2 the first week, a 5.0 last week, down to a 4.5 this week. I actually think that's kind of fair. I when I go and think about the episodes this season, there were some high points, strangely. There were a lot of low points, but I do think that there were a couple of good episodes.
Oh, can we not call them out across the mountain? Is that what it is?
And, it did start kind of strong. And even the worst episodes weren't, like, terrible. They were just kind of boring and they were placed way too close to each other. It had, like, a more spaced out schedule. It might have been better, but, that's me trying to say nice things about the episodes because I feel like we understand.
I know what they're up to.
Oh, is this like a racing thing?
Who taught you to do that?
Hey, squad. We got someone with a death wish here.
Whoa. Look at that hair. What? Someone get a little lost in the desert?
Hey, what's that thing the Easterners keep saying we do?
Oh, yeah. We all drink blood here, right? Maybe we should drink yours.
You can try.
Is that a challenge?
Cool your blaze, Josek. Don't think you want to test your luck with a soldier that took down Regala's champion. We have no business with you, Outlander. I think we all had our fun. Road's right over there.
Those machines used to be Regala's. But you don't look like holdouts to me. Who are you? How'd you get these mounts?
Around here, you want something, you race for it. You cross that finish line first, I'll answer any questions you have.
Aloy, you got a mount?
Race is full.
Actually, I think a spot just opened up.
All right. What are the rules?
Don't die.
This ought to be good.
Shut up, Pekka.
This way, fresh meat. Let's get you that mount.
Okay.
I see you carry a bow. Good. You'll need to use it if you want to win.
Against the other racers?
They will if you don't. We put everything on the line when we get on that track. Makes it worth something. You could test run the track if you want to. Just let me know when you're ready for the real thing.
I'm good to go.
Let's hit the track.
Okay. So it's like a race, but we can also shoot? Okay, that's interesting. Oh. Okay, well.
bring you down!
Shit.
You like that?
How long is the track?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Wait, what? Didn't know that was a thing. Okay, that was some poppin'. Oh, you can attack. Oh, I didn't realize you can melee attack. How long is this race? It's getting really boring. Again, just be over already?
Yeah, let's go.
There it is. No. Oh, we got it.
Here. Your prize for winning the race. You earned it.
I think you owe me some answers.
Name's Ata. As for how we got these mounts, most of us here used to be rebels. Joined Regala's army thinking we'd get a chance to fight in a real war against the Karja. Instead, Regala slaughtered our own in cold blood, barren light. When we made it back to camp, we snuck out on our mounts and never looked back. Been racing the clan lands ever since. Decided we were better off on our own. No rules, no chiefs. Just the speed of our mounts and the taste of blood.
Doesn't sound too bad, I guess. Where's your quiet friend? The one with the mask. He didn't join the race.
He gave up his spot so you could join. Probably for the best.
What makes you say that?
That one hasn't lost a single race. Doubt you would have gotten your answers if he stuck around.
Maybe.
You know, Hax found a spot to set up a race at the farthest end of lowland territory, right by the beach. Make your way there, maybe there'll be a spot waiting for you.
If I'm in the area, I'll think about it.
Hey Lloyd, you here to join the race?
Alright. Dry Yearn. So level 19. Oh, I didn't realize we had that many skill points. Should I might as well do this, right? Why not? Actually, I don't even know if I care enough about that. Oh, I already bought that? Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I didn't pay attention. Whatever. Alright, is there anything else? The Hive. We're still doing the Hive. Was that the Cliffs of the Cry? We got a side quest there. That's where the racetrack is? Goddamn. Alright, well, we'll probably save here, wherever it is.
Come on, give me some pointers.
And we will end here.
Run on instinct.
So, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching.